that though.
Yeah, the temple is basically your brain, and so too many people take it so literally. It's like, okay, well, God is looking for you to build a temple in your brain, so God can reside there, um, and you can reside with God. I mean, it's like I don't know. I think
Yes.
people take things too literally, and they don't understand that it's like a self development exercise, and but they're doing it politically and socially, which is fine, but nonetheless, it's like there's too much information to contend with. So coming on here and doing this quick, short form communication, like most people are just like um, petting the dog as opposed to like you know um,
Yeah.
taking the dog for a jog, which is like running your brain. So that's the thing. It's like I pick up a book every day and I read for like maybe an hour and I create content. I create 60-second shorts of the book. And as I'm reading books, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Like, I don't even know this stuff. And every time I read it, I'm just like, wow, it's so profound. I'm such a simpleton. I forget everything. And it's like if I don't do this every day, then I'm damned. I know that I have to essentially, like every day, relight the fire in the temple, and that's the way I look at it.
That's it. Repetition. Repetition leads to revelation. And that's the whole thing about it. Is like my secret. The reason why I'm not at the point where I'm at now, comedians select Uber and Lyft. So for me doing Uber and Lyft, you know how many people I talk to a day? So if I was like, so you have no choice but to talk to people over and over and give information. So like I tell people, we don't learn that ABCs the first time we start singing it. But the more that we start singing it, the more that it starts like to the point where we can start playing around with it. But it's like about going out and continuously looking for people to repeat it to, like people that will accept the information. Like sometimes on Uber, it's like I might get a quiet ride. Sometimes I might get somebody that's like listening to music, and it's like sometimes they're just giving information. So knowing that we can do all those things is a beautiful thing in general. Kareem, what's going on, Brody? How you feeling? Hope all is well. But as far as like knowing that we can just repeat it over and over and over again, that's what people have to try to do. When they get to game, they have to repeat it over and over and over again, because if we don't repeat it, it's going to float away like a cloud in our mind. And then that's what someone else is going to say, like, oh, I remember that. Oh, man, they reminded me. But it's like, that's why we have to look for a way to repeat it. And it's like, I tell people the reason why we have to repeat, one reason is because someone new might come in the room. So you want to look for the one that's new that come in the room so they can hear it, because they never heard it before. So they can hear it from you at least. And the second reason you want to repeat it because somebody may have forgot. So they have to hear it again. And the third reason that we have to repeat is because someone just needs to be reminded. And the one that usually needs to be reminded is ourselves. Because the more that we're speaking out loud, the more that we are reminding ourselves of what we're standing on. So now no one can ever twist our words ever again and say, hey, you said this. Like, no. I know what I said because I say it every day. I say it all the time. So now they will never be able to twist your words. That's what the children in the world try to do all the time, for real. But what's going on with you, Kareem? How's everything on your end, bro?
How you doing, brother? Not much, dealing with a bunch of crazy stuff and dealing with my own personal crazy stuff, but it's just been crazy, man.
The overcoming.
I'm working on mine, like I'm working on it. I know what I need to do, I know what it is for myself, you know what I'm saying? At least what I believe it is, and so I'm working on it. My brother, the one we spoke to before,
Which one?
Zercash.
Zercash.
Yeah, remember, I don't know if I brought something. I don't know, but he having some difficulties with his woman. He was. I don't know if he's doing it anymore. He was reading the Bible and he was talking about this good route. He was talking about good stuff. So I was like, yes, thank you. Yes, you're doing some good. Then everything went redundant. He just gave it all up and started going back to the toxic shit and doing the same bullshit again and again and again, and not learning from it. And him and this girl that he's been dealing with, has been toxic since the beginning. They've been moving too quick and leveling up. skipping steps and all kind of shit. And then now they get to that point. It's like I've never been a prophet for them. I've been telling them since the beginning, this gonna happen, that's gonna happen, don't do this, it's gonna happen. And they have to just, some people just got, no matter what you teach them or show them the truth, right? Even though you lived through it and you got the experience, some people just gotta experience it for themselves, and that's sadly them over everything. They got to the point where this week he broke up with her on his birthday. Then after breaking up with her, he met up with her because she wanted her chain back that she gave him, and she swung on him. She spit on him, broke in his house, stole his wallet, stole his shoes, stole everything she gave him. Then he stole her stuff, and then they had exchange. The girl that he's with broke her phones, and then somebody damaged his friend car that he was driving in, keyed his car, flattened all his tires. His dad car that just passed away, and it was just a whole bunch of stuff, man. Not just.
That's the hardest thing right there, bro. It's just the fact that, the friend is like, bro, oh my god, because it's like he's in acquaintance with a person, like, was your brother? That's the crazy question. He's kind of like, yo, and it's the fact that that's why it's so important. And it's like we just have to accept it. But the thing is to accept, like, it's the hardest thing when we realize that it's our family not listening, but it's the fact that they have to feel it. Like, we got to see family get shot just like we have to see everyone else get shot. Because really everyone in this world is family. But we just, like, people don't know that anymore because they look at their family as the ones that they grew up with. But lots of times we end up having to leave those people just because their mindset is caught up in the world all the time. So it's like trying to go back and help them, we get our arms cut off with them a lot. So it's not.
Yeah, that's what my wife told me. She told me I needed to detach from the whole situation because she was like, emotionally, you're gonna get affected. And I was like, oh, well, I'm just here guiding. She's like, trust me, you're gonna end up pulling yourself in, and you're gonna end up feeling the whiplash of what's going on with them. Because it's almost like a child. Like when you already lived a life of this, and you know it's gonna lead to, and you want to stop them from having to hurt themselves. But it hurts only because I know that you could do better, and it's the wrong route, and I know it. And the fact that you're not listening, it affects me because I want you to do better, and I know you can, and I'm trying to teach you what you're doing is wrong, and you persistent on going down this route, and so it's like, I have to let you walk into that fire.
Exactly, and it hurts. Like, it hurts a lot. Just to like, and like when you see them get hit by that, like, say if you tell someone, hey, look both ways, you cross the street, and they like, nah, I ain't about to do all that. It's like, nah, trust me, look both ways. And they get hit by a car, the person's like, no, why would you do that?
Yeah, and sometimes I've been learning, like, even with my parents, I've been learning I gotta let him do it. Like, even if I know it's gonna kill him, I have to let him do it.
Yep, exactly. And that's the whole thing. Because the second time it happens, you're like, no, you tell the second person, like, no, don't do it. And then you do it again, you still feel it. But the third time, like, do you?
And it's the crazy part is that he always says this. He's like, man, you was right, man. You was always right, man. I can't believe you told me the truth the whole time, man. Blah blah. He'll admit all this and acknowledge it, and turn around and then next time something happens, I'm telling him something, he still indulge in what I told him not to do. And then once the time comes, it's not even that I hit him with the I told you so, but he tell himself, yeah, you told me so. And I'm like, bro, if you acknowledge this, why are you so persistent to keep doing the same things and fall into the same cycle again and again? But yet, when it comes to the moment of me talking to him, he talked very highly, like, yeah, I'm gonna learn from this, bro. I ain't gonna let it break me. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And he'd do good for a little while, and then a couple days later, he right back to it. I'm like, bro.
That lust of the flesh. I tell him, I say, if you're not willing to let go of your fleshly desires, you lose out on everything you can truly acquire. And what they can truly acquire is a peace of mind. Because now they know they have control over their flesh. So they're not letting the things that look good to them say, hey, come over here, look at me. They're not letting that thing take control of them. Like, these are the things that I had to deal with, like, just doing Uber and everything. It was like many women that got in my car was like, hey, you trying to come upstairs with me? Like, we can come upstairs. Like, it was like, come through after you're done off work. All of this type of stuff. All the time. And I'm like, hey, no, I'm good. I'll be working. And they will continue to, like, it happens all often, but it's just to know that you are able to control yourself, know that you have control over everybody at that point. I know I hurt many women's feelings that just because I didn't come over. It was like one woman was like, hey, I just wanna do something with you, and then we could just straight business after that. I was like, nah. I said, you're hilarious for that, though. I know that hurt her feelings when I said that, but the fact that no one is in control of me, for real. Like, but do I still feel sad for people all the time? Like, yeah, because I'm like, I can get out of this. Like, they don't have to deal with this. Like, only thing, and that's what the thing. Like, for example, your brother, if he just follows you, if he looks at you and it's like, yo, I'm not gonna look at nobody but Kareem. I'm looking at Kareem. Hey, Kareem, what you up to right now? What you up to? I'm just trying to like make sure I'm looking at you and the way that you're following, just so I don't go to this club right now and do this instead. So it's just like just looking at the person, listening to the voice that they feel know, like the voice that they know loves them. That voice that they like, okay, like, no, if a voice loves you, they're not gonna lead you to nothing that will hurt you because they want to see you with them in the end. That's the whole thing about it. But people are going to make their choices no matter what. That's why I know my family, my true family, are the ones that listen. Like, we all have the same mind. We all hear each other. That's the family. That's the only family in this world. Everyone else is not the family. They are lost. They are lost people that I hope to change their ways. I'm just like, yo, change your ways from your flesh and leave out this fleshly mindset, because it's not going to get you anywhere. But it's up to them. Only thing you can do is give the word and then just pray that they hear you. And then they come to you like, hey, I heard you, bro. I'm trying to come with you on this path that we're walking on. Let's get away from this world together. That's all. That's all I see. Like, that's what I see when I first got on this app. I said, this is a beautiful platform for all my brothers and sisters to come back together. Like, because not even brothers, it's just for the body of truth to come back together. Where there's no arguments or nothing like that. For real. I don't have time to argue. Even though I will.
That's the thing about him. Like, he itemizes. There's so many things that he do wrong. Like, he's just asking for breakfast. I was on the phone with her first, and she was expressing herself. And by all means, he definitely is wrong. He's primarily wrong as far as what's going on. But they both have their wrongs. I both acknowledge that. Like, it's not that it's your fault or her fault. It's a mixture of both y'all faults. But you are the initiator of most things. So yes, you can say you're the one that's wrong because you are the man. You can tell me the truth, and I'm like, yes, but now I need you to learn from it. Because when I tell him about my life, everything he knows about me and my relationship and everything I've been through and done, because I've done many things I keep.
Don't fuck with my girl. Why you fuck with my girl? Like, fuck your dad. You just chilling. The fuck you doing? It don't matter. I'm already gonna fuck his dad. Doesn't matter no more.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't go do that.
My dad's a married man.
I'm fucking his dad. I don't care. I'm fucking his dad.
Jeez Louise.
Honestly.
I'm gonna tell my dad. I'm gonna tell my dad. I'm gonna tell my dad. I'm gonna tell my dad what you're saying.
Crazy, and I'm still that bitch. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big one, big one, big one, big one, big one.
I'm gonna fuck you, daddy. I'm gonna fuck you, daddy. They all say, oh hey, I'm gonna fuck your daddy. I'm gonna fuck your daddy. Hey, yo, fuck your daddy, bitch. I'm gonna fuck your daddy.
This will awaken a shaman's intellect, especially its capacity for growth, wisdom, thereby open it to higher worlds, ways of knowing to reveal first the interconnectedness of all things in God, the world of absolute and higher intelligences, and then the non-duality of God as all things, the world of Adam and Ketmon and intelligences, with the awakening of Yeshua, the sense of separate self ends completely, hence no one can see me live. But this isn't the end of the matter for the in-betweener. It isn't about annihilating the self forever, but about bringing about the rebirth of the self in a more integrated whole, so the in-betweener returns to the dark and once again strives to kindle more light, illuminating the world. That's the amen. No high or low in God. Our sages taught that the world was created as a low dwelling place for God. Do not imagine there is a literal
Daddy, bitch. I'm still gonna fuck your daddy. You must have some mental health from that easy. You check the food, but I'm still gonna fuck your daddy. What the fuck is that? And he's gonna get sent to boarding school and I'm done with him. He's gonna have to face that fucking wall. Period. Fucking period. I'm gonna fuck your daddy. I'm gonna fuck your daddy. Yeah, I love you. I fucking love you. I so jealous of you. I don't know you, but I fucking love you. I love you. We bestie, might as well. You got fucking love. I'm fucking loving your fucking love too. We have to hook them up one more time. We're there, but I can't fucking I lost my mind. Can't go find my shit right now. I'm not gonna argue with these bastards. No, you're actually up. You know, I rock with you. I rock with stuff. You're a real one. You're a real one. Well, they put me on to this shit. Strong. Now I can't find my shit. Let me check the last one. I did find my fucking shit on there. Yeah. But I can't find it. No, but they're 10 letters. So you tell me all 10 letters are invalidated. Have them all in one place. That means
the one who knows, see that, that follows them is good. Hey, okay, I'm good. But not follow. Whoever you follow is good. Like, I don't care. The whole thing, you have one good person that follows the third person, and the fifth person follows them. You just go from there, going on and on and on and on. It's non-stop because they are able to see the goodness within people when it comes down to just being with them. That's the deal I go through.
I don't mind him back from me.
Thank you. I did it. Trying to like colors.
It's like, I like this, man. When you think it, you see the shine of things in my life, but you don't understand how dark it was and what kind of work it you gotta go through a lot more experiences of heartbreaks and all kind of stuff and downs and ups and all that. It doesn't. You only looking at the good side of what you like about what I have in my life, but you don't know about the bad that had to come with it. The things I had to do, the things I had to go through, the things I suffer from, still things I'm working on. Just because it looks good doesn't mean it is good. It's a lot of stuff that went under this foundation before it was built, and that stuff wasn't always pretty. Being a man and having love and all that, it's not all about the glitz and glamour. It's not always about the lovey-dovey feelings and this and that. It's not always about that. It's about the ugly times. It's about them hard conversations. It's about them hard decisions. It's about all the hard things, not the easy things. And he's just like suffering to grasp that. Like he the type where he'll literally come to me, break down, he'll even cry and everything, he'll break down and talk to me. And I was thinking he's on the right path, I'm like, now it's coaching him. I'm like, bro, this and that. All you gotta do is just focus, man. You gotta do it. If this is what calls out to you, I need you to focus on what is for you and stop trying to focus on things that you want to be for you. And like I'll be coaching him and he'll agree in a moment, yeah, bro, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it'll sound so good, but then he fall back in his tracks and I'm like, bro, what is it, man? Then he got to the point where he'd tell me, oh, I'm not gonna do this or that, or I'm gonna do this and that. And then he'd do it. Then I'm like, bro, why are you doing this? I thought you said you wouldn't do it. And then he's like, well, yeah. And he'd try to justify it. Then I'm like, no, bro, it's no justification. No. And he like, you're right, bro. I'm my bad. I'm sorry. But I'm like, you ain't gotta apologize to me. It's your life. I mean, you still gotta do what you gotta do. But it just don't lie. Don't sit here and pretend that you want better. If you're in that season in your life where you still want to be the 15-year-old, 16-year-old, version of us where we was doing this kind of stuff together, we was all just doing whatever, then say that. Be honest to who you are and what you're doing right now. Because when you lie to yourself to convince yourself that you're on the right route and there's other people that's causing a problem, that's what you're gonna see. Those things you say in your life is what you speak into existence. A lot of people think that means, oh, if I say this and that, it's gonna happen. No, it's not like that necessarily. It's when you speak those kind of things out, you bring delusion into your own head. You believe what you're telling yourself, and you believe it's other people's problem and it's their fault, and you're right. But no, look at what you're doing. Like I was just on the phone right before I joined there, and he asked me, who do you think is wrong? Is it me or her? I'm like, it's both of you, but let me tell you this, because he like, man, no, because it's her, man. She been coming after me. She still hitting me up. Like, she not trying to let go. I've been trying to explain to her. I'm just trying to move on and everything. I was like, but bro, that's not what you're doing. You're like, it is. Like, you can read the messages. I was like, it don't matter what you typed. It's about your actions. Your actions don't follow what you said. Because you've been posting videos and posting pictures of females and posting all kinds of stuff, knowing that she's going to look at it so you can get under her skin. And you know that she's going to feed into this. And you know she's gonna chase you more because of it. So you're not truly trying to move on. Then he got quiet and he starts smiling. He's like, well, yeah, you're right. But yeah, I can't even say nothing. Yeah, you're right. So that's what I mean. You're deluding yourself by believing these delusions of believing that it's them and not you. But you're not seeing your actions and your words. They don't match up. Yes, you speak with a nice heart, but your actions are just dark.
That's the whole thing right there. Just like when people would just be talking, and just but people really like for people don't know why I'm the way that I am now, because they don't know what I've been through. They don't know what I've been through. Like I've been like through like getting cheated on by the same person over and over again to try to learn to forgive her over and over again. And it's like to the point where I gave up on being with her, but still to the point where I accepted her still. And then it's to the point where like she would like come through sometimes and not like basically need a place to stay. But then she'll go out and still go with someone else. I had to go through things like that for to understand love, to understand all this type of stuff, to let go of what I thought belonged to me. Nothing in this world belongs to me. Like, and that's when it was showing me that nothing belongs to you. Do not try to covet anything. Like, cause then there's like from there, I realized what I was doing wrong, and then I didn't realize that her situation, she wasn't able to live because her parents tried to covet her. So when it came down to her living, she wanted to do anything she wanted to do. But it's to the point where all this type of stuff, when I had to be broken apart through love, that's when I understood what love was at the same time. And then that's when I was in my fullness of love, and me and this girl, that the one that did what she did to me, me and her are locked in for life to the point where she tells me everything. And it's only because I never judged her for what she did. The only thing I did was try to give her rights to judge, like, hey, you don't want to deal with that person. So it was like that. What that song Michael Jackson said, have I been away from you too long? Did I leave your mind when I was? Oh, it was just like I was something like that. It was a song where I basically was giving her away to the world, even though I didn't want to give her away, but I had to, and I had to accept. I had to accept that she wasn't mine. So that's why I tell people, I say, when you expect, you'll be disappointed, but when you accept, you'll be more anointed. But a lot of people don't want to accept defeat. They don't want to accept defeat and say, I lost. Like, you got it. The word, you win. So now it's the point where, for me having to accept all of that type of stuff, no one knows how like hurt I was within that moment when I was basically taking her in, and then I was just like letting her have a place to lay at and things like that, and to know that she would go out and do things like that would just like be like crazy, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And letting her friends tell me what she did and all that, I'm just like, it's wild, and I had to suffer through all of that type of stuff. Like, and that right there is what caused me to be who I am, to the point where I can accept anything. Like, that's why it's like, what people don't understand, like, people see me on this app, they don't know nothing about me at all. So that's why they be like, oh, you think you all this, you think you all that. Like, but this has always been me. I never judge nobody or anything like that. If it's anything in my heart, I just give it away. So when it comes down to knowing what love is now, I'm just like, people don't understand why I came on this app talking about love in general, because they were just like, what do you talk about this love stuff, this lovey-dovey stuff? I love my wife. So I'm like, man, because y'all don't know what love is. Like, they think it's this lovey-dovey thing, but they will never truly know what it is until they let go of this fairy tale world. And this world where they put us outside of ourselves first. They put us outside of ourselves to fall in love with the things outside of us before we fall in love with ourselves. And that's why we are able to grow in it because of those reasons. And that's why these things, like, we start falling in love when we identify with our eyes, the things we identify with our eyes and things. So it messed us up from the very beginning. That's why people are so blinded to this day. So I'm just like, no, hey, it's time to wake up, y'all. It's time to wake up. But they already are they're still sleeping. These people are still sleeping. So it's just like, to know that I have my mind back, and now knowing that nothing can take away my mind, these desires, these fears, these doubts, can never take away my mind, and no more. It's just to the point where I'm only continuing to grow every day. It's continuously growing in love. So I can tell you my struggle, now that I have it, is like, it's hard for me to stay out those rooms that people that are continuing to lie about love and saying that they love people and things like that. I don't. That's why you always see me in those Hebrew Israelite rooms and stuff like that, because I don't like them. I don't like the way that they speak. I don't like the way that how they continue to say that they are the children of the truth when they can't tell the truth because they never met the truth at all. So that's why they're still hurt, and they're hurting people in general. So it's just like, but they think they're doing the right thing. So that's why I'm always in this thing. But I would stay on those. I would stay in those rooms way longer than I'm supposed to. That's my problem. Is because only thing I'm supposed to be doing now is looking for my brothers and my sisters, the ones that hear me. Like, that's the only thing I'm supposed to be doing. The ones that hear my voice, those are we're gonna be the ones that's taking over this whole world, for real. This world belongs to us. Like, the ones that are leaders. Those are the ones that are not letting the world take them over. Like, but those are the examples for the world of who people are supposed to look at, for real. The examples that people are supposed to follow. Like, not based off of our identities. All of us in this world, we all have our own identities. You know, like, I don't expect no one to like what I like or me to like what they like. You know, but to know what is right, that's what we're supposed to all know. Like, to walk in that understanding, not how people are explaining it on this app. That's causing people to. That's why I'm any room that I go in. Like, I'm never gonna be like a mod in none of those rooms because they don't understand me, but I understand them. Like, but I could just listen to them. But they know when I speak, I'm not speaking on no one's side. I'm not speaking on the things that they're saying or anything like that. I just say what I say, and it's gonna rub them the wrong way, or they're gonna hear me like, "Oh yeah, you're right, you're right." You know, but they're like, "Well," and or they just gonna try to fight against what I'm saying, for real. And that's just all it is to it. And it's just like, now is when it comes down to being in rooms like within this nature, or just like the other startup rooms where it's a bunch of brothers and sisters. It's like those rooms I can appreciate because those are the rooms where I get my energy back. But I know I gotta get my energy away when I'm going into those other rooms, for real, because they continue to talk, and I don't like. I'm just like, stop talking, just stop talking, stop talking. It bothers me that they're talking, and it's just like they don't know what they're talking about. It bothers me so much. It's just like it gets me angry when people talk and they don't know what they're talking about. It's like if someone is trying to speak about your life, Kareem, and they just don't know nothing about you, and they just continuing to speak. Like, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know Kareem," and like, I could tell like Kareem is this. No, you don't know him. Let him speak for himself. That's what gets me. Like when it comes down to, now they have this book, the Bible, that's just destroying them because they wanna just talk on this book, and it doesn't belong to them. That's why going on this app, I appreciated that they show me it. So it's like, because I'm just like, yeah, I don't even know. I'm like, they don't know how to read this thing. I'm like, this thing it's a beautiful book. It's beautiful. It's just like, it's the fact that they don't understand it. So they're walking against each other, and that's why they're all against each other. And they're gonna be against each other, and they're gonna turn their children against each other just because none of them understand what they are reading. It destroy them, because the people that are reading the Bible to this day, they don't know they are the fallen people because they don't know who they are. So they think it's a lower state of life that they're in, that they could go in, but they don't know that they are born in that lower state because they're being born under ignorant people. So they're born under ignorance, and those people that are teaching them are bringing them back to ignorance. So now they're being taught back into a religious mindset, and now the children, they teach the children to keep going, and then they're just going through hell all the time. They're never in peace because they never knew who they were. And I knew that because my parents was at that point. You know, now my parents hear me, and they both love me in general. Like, it's the fact that, but they could not get along with each other. My mother was a Christian, my father was a Muslim. You know, but my father loves my mother, and my mother, my mother stepped away from my father, and it was just because there was a lot of problems within their relationships and everything. But is the fact that the whole thing about learning. But that's stingy. I'm like, it belongs to everybody. Because when we all have our minds, we're still together. We're brothers at that point. It's like different souls, different bodies, but the same mind. We have the same mind, this understanding. Now we're all walking together, and we're not here to betray each other because everything belongs to us. So we're here to share. But those other people, they're not willing to share anything. They're stingy people. They're subjective people, and they'll find out based off of their actions why they will never be able to get to the other side of things because they're not willing to change their ways, kill their egos. So it's not about my will anymore because I do have my own will. But I'll be able to do my will when I see all my brothers and everybody together because I'm not trying to deceive nobody in this world. I can deceive people. Like I can use the power that I have to deceive people and just say things like just try to do things in a slick way, for real, and work with the system. I can work with the system if I wanted to, but I refuse to work with the system. I'd rather do everything the right way and let everyone be able to be free, for real. Like I'd rather take people away from the system, for real, just so they can be able to live as they was children, like be able to be open minded and be able to do exactly what they appreciate and just be able to be taught about it as it was supposed to be from the very beginning. But we're born under so much scared people and doubt.